Welcome, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? So, as you can see, Bam is not here tonight. Bam is, my little Bambi is sick. He's not feeling good today. Hope he's feeling better. He's going to be checking in pretty soon, I hope. I told him to take the night and rest. So hopefully he's doing all right. We'll find out what he's got, hoping it's nothing serious. But he said he wasn't feeling good all day, so Bam, get better, brother. Say hi if you're watching. Hello. Finally made it. Yeah, those alerts are wonders, aren't they? Give me a minute to stream in here. I don't know about you guys. I'm really digging my intro music. It's really soothing and relaxing. It's really smooth. And I've got some plans for that also. That opening. That's my music. I'm gonna have that customized. And I'm hoping sometime next week I'll pop that up there, but there will be some other voices and some good stuff. Hey, Shonda. Good evening. Here for a short bit. Yeah, me too. Just got out of work. And I have to work and fly out tomorrow morning. Flight's at 7. Work is at 5 a.m. So I'm not going to be on for a really, really long time. I got to shave. Sorry, I look like something the cat dragged out of the alley. Hey, Melly. Good evening, man. I hope you're feeling better soon. Bam. There you go, Bam. Wishes for a speedy recovery. Hope it's nothing major. Hey, Rebecca. Hola. How you doing? Welcome this evening. Hey. Oh, you're too kind. Far too kind. Hope Bam gets better. Yeah, me too. Bam, hope you're watching, you bastard. At least watch the show, even if you can't be on it, all right? Hope Bam feels better soon. Yep. We all want Bam better. Hi, Hilda Garcia. How are you? Welcome tonight. There he is. Here's my little Bambi. What do you got going on, Bam? What do you got, a flu? I hope it's not the COVID thing, or what do you got? If you don't want to say, that's okay too, but inquiring minds want to know. So we just want you to feel better. Hey, Oscar. Peace, brother. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Get better soon, Bam, Hilda says. So just a few things we wanted to run by you here today. For those of you in Brownsville and, across the country, whoever else is around watching from wherever you're watching. SpaceX rocket went up today. Another test launch. It was supposed to go up a few thousand feet and make a landing. He just feels blah. All right. Hey, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. Just get some rest. But keep watching the show. So, rocket went up. Rocket came down, landed. This time it landed. It made it. But a little while later, and it seemed like there was something caught on fire. One of the engines or something caught fire after it once it landed. And then I haven't seen video yet. I don't know if there is, but I heard that there was an explosion. So it didn't explode on landing. It didn't crash land. It landed, controlled landing, but then something happened afterwards, and I'd like to see videotape of that. If anybody saw it, felt it, recorded it, please do tell. Shauna says, feel better, Bam. Bam, you got a lot more fans than you think, brother. So, yeah, SpaceX wasn't, partly successful. Got to find out what happened with that explosion. That sucks big time. Did anybody watch that? Did anybody get to see it? I don't know if it went high enough, how far, because of the curvature of the Earth. Not everybody's going to see it. But I think everybody's close enough where the curvature isn't that there's virtually no curvature yet, not from just a few miles away. So if you did see it, I'd like to hear about it. I've yet to be home when there's a launch. I hope I can see these one of these days. Go out to my front yard, and just go outside and be able to look up and see it. That would be pretty neat. So, migrants coming in, people that have applied for asylum are filtering in now more and more. Have you seen the latest? Have you seen the latest crowd that arrived at on their way, I should say. I don't know where they are exactly. But guess what they're wearing? Biden, please let us in shirts. What do you think about that? How do you like them apples? Where'd they get those shirts at? Where do you think they got those shirts at? And not everybody's wearing them. It's just that group right there. Because you can look further in the back, and I don't see anybody else wearing those shirts. What the heck? I thought the Earth was flat. Yeah, it's flat. It's kind of flat. It's more like a rectangle. Just it goes for a few, and then it just drops off. Kind of like a bar of soap. That's what Earth is like a bar of soap. I thought the Earth was, it's not. It's round, I know. Bam, from Biden. I know it is. But who? There's some group. I know it's not Biden directly. And I have a feeling it's not even Biden. It's, these special interest groups, activists. So how does that make you feel? What do you think when you see that? Does it make you want to let them in? Does it soften your heart? Does it warm the cockles of your heart and you want to let them in and feel sorry for them? I mean, it's not their fault. They're just they want to come in. But somebody is definitely behind the push to get them over here and get people crossed over to the United States of America. They were made in China, I bet. Yeah, you're probably right. Nah, I would say they were probably made in Mexico. You can get some good deals on screen printing in Mexico, believe it or not. Favorite F1 driver? All right, talk to me about that. I want to move to Mexico. Yeah, bam. No. Unless you want to go live by the beach, a beach community, Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, I don't know, anywhere, name it, along a shoreline. There'd be nice to live. It'd be good to have a condo. It'd be good to have a winter home or a summer home or whatever you want to call it. But to live permanently, you probably wouldn't want to. Unless you live permanently down there and not have to. Mexico's not in my opinion, from the things I've heard, Mexico is not the safest place, especially if you're driving road trips and taking long trips on these state highways over there. Overnight, at night, I wouldn't want to do that. I've heard the stories. My cousins have told me those stories of what had happened to them on buses even. And I'm not doing that. My heart is ice cold. Oh, come on. Don't you feel sorry for them at all? Just one little smidgen. Just a little smidgen. Hi, Lori. Welcome tonight. Sharky, what's up? Nah, it's not guys tonight. It's just me right now. I got somebody possibly coming in for a little bit just to say hi, but doing this one, going solo tonight. Had some late work tonight, and I got an early start tomorrow. So I'm not going to be here for a very long time. Anyway, that is what's coming to the border, and obviously at some kind of bridge. Actually, you know what? Let's read a little bit of this thing. A large number of migrants were photographed near California at the U.S.-Mexico border wearing Biden T-shirts that asked that they be let into the U.S. The photographs were taken on Tuesday at the Mexican side of the border at the San Isidro crossing point in Tijuana, which is Baja, California. And there's some more of them right there. Migrants arrived at the U.S.-Mexico border wearing Biden T-shirts. The president is working to process as many as 25,000 asylum seekers who were forced to wait in Mexico under the Trump administration's Remain in Mexico policy, which Mexico agreed to, by the way. Under the Migrant Protection Protocol, MPP is what it's called, Biden has promised to accept more refugees into the country during his time in office and implement more humane policies, such as a proposal to pay for the transportation and healthcare costs of migrant families who were separated at the border under the Trump administration. Right. And the humane policy of locking up those kids, that's going to happen too. They didn't quite talk about that part also. Sean, when we have no U.S. and vets or children sleeping on the streets, I'll start to thaw. I gotcha. I hear it. Why can't we take care of our own? A lot of these homeless people we have, and a lot of them are homeless veterans. You know, there's a mental issue. There's psychological problems, and they need help. They're lost. And we just keep turning our back like we don't see them or we don't just acknowledge them. But here we are wanting to let everybody into our country and throw money at them. You know, as it is, they started testing these migrants coming over, and, you know, there are reports that up to 100 of them or more so far have tested positive for COVID. You know, and how many didn't get tested, you know, or the ones that used to sneak in. I don't know if they can't sneak in anymore. How many didn't get tested? And, you know, and if they get tested, they're going to get quarantined, right? You would assume. Who's going to quarantine them? We're going to quarantine them somewhere. Who's paying for that? And then healthcare. Got to take care of them. They get sick, hospital. Who's paying for that? And then while they quarantine, where are they going to stay? In these special shelters or whatever you want to call them. They're not cages. Now they're not cages. Now they're called, I don't know what they're called. But it's the same freaking places that were around before. And none of that stuff is free. So who's going to take care of them? Who's paying, right? Meanwhile, the guys, homeless vets who are sleeping under the overpasses, under the expressways, nothing. They get to sleep on cardboard. Sharky, I get my vaccine tomorrow at 7 a.m. Cool. Hope everything goes good. Should be fine. Mine was just sore for, I don't know, maybe up to 5 days it was sore. 4 days or so, and then I kind of forgot about it. And that was Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it started. Yeah, I didn't feel it anymore. So it'll be good. Glad you're doing that. I'm for the vaccine. If you're a high risk, I say do it. I'm high risk. I'm type 2 diabetic. Puts me up there. Speaking of that, I got something else to show you guys. This came just this evening. Brownsville's mayor, Trey Mendez, put this up. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I think Ed Osmo was talking about it. Not sure if he did or not. I couldn't catch a show tonight. From the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, this is today. It has come to our attention that some states have not considered teachers, school staff, and child care workers to be currently eligible to receive COVID-19 vaccine, which is mind-boggling in the first place. I don't know how that happened, that problem. All COVID-19 vaccination providers are directed and required to make available and administer, as one of the currently eligible groups, COVID-19 vaccine to those who work in pre-primary, primary, secondary schools, as well as Head Start and early Head Start programs, including teachers, staff, bus drivers, and those who work as for licensed childcare providers, including center-based and family care providers. This is a directive. This is not like a, we'll get to them if there's any left over. This is a directive. A directive is make this happen. This directive must be implemented by designated enrolled providers in the CDC COVID-19 vaccination program, as specified in updated CDC prioritization requirements. Cameron County earlier stated that's working with local school districts on vaccinations for teachers. Amen. Why weren't teachers considered? I think they call it the tier 1, along with healthcare providers, doctors, nurses, EMTs, anybody on the front lines like that. Why they weren't put in that group? Beyond me. Hopefully, we can get everybody vaccinated now, and we don't have teachers, educators worrying about. I know it's not a cure, right? But it's a start. If a lot of the kids and a lot of the families are getting vaccines, it would make sense that the teachers have it also. Yes, I saw on Oscar El Blue speaking to the lady in Mexico saying they got the shirts from some U.S. activists. Yep. Typical. So everybody, I noticed there were a lot of, I choose to wear my mask, little, frames for your little profile picture on Facebook. And that's fine. So are you going to start shaming those people that don't want to wear them? That's what I want to know. Because, as I said in one of my earlier posts, I'll wear it. And yeah, if it makes you feel better. I know this virus is not under control yet. So I'll wear it. If it makes you feel better, fine. The store wants me to wear it. The restaurant wants me to wear it. Even though I think it's asinine to wear a mask walking in, and as soon as you sit down, 5 seconds later, take the mask off. So why have it on in the first place? I mean, you know what I mean? Can you explain that one to me? Explain, please. It's a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense. So, yeah, if there's a business, I mean, HEB, Walmart said they're not going to enforce it. So far, that's what they say. Here in Nebraska, the numbers are low. They're not even. It's not like they were never in a bad situation. So got out of work, went to the gas station next door, pick up a snack and a drink. I forgot my mask in my coat pocket, and I told the lady, "I forgot my mask." She goes, "No, it's not required. It's recommended, but not required." So I didn't feel bad for 1 second. If she would have said, "Yeah, do you mind going back to get it?" I would have done it. But she was like, "Nope, it's not required." Didn't feel bad at all. Not one bit. Not 1 ounce of feel badness. Yeah, no, it's not right. I wear it so the elderly at risk don't freak out. I don't wear it to avoid nosy soccer mom. Yeah, I'm well, at some point I'll be confronted by a Karen or something like that. And I'm not doing it just to make them happy. If they're genuinely concerned, yeah, I'll wear it. I'm not going to be an asshole. That's the truth. if you're alone in your car, alone, and you got your mask on driving around, I don't know. That just keep driving until you leave the state. Get checked into a facility or something, because if you're driving at home, if you're driving in your car by yourself, you don't need to have your mask on, just in case you didn't know. Unless you didn't know, you don't have to wear your mask on in your car. Now, if you got 4 or 5 people in your car, you don't know who they are, it's not your immediate family, and you don't know about their health. Oh, okay, I can see that. If you're in a taxi cab, if you're on a bus, no, that's different. If you're alone in your car, come on. Seriously. To each his own. I need to take care of hypertensive old me, so I'm wearing mine. And I get it. I'm not saying, you have those that, I don't know. It's almost as they want to say, "Hey, I'm better than you. I choose to wear my mask." And so everybody else is a peon who doesn't want to wear it. Although most people are still going to wear it. You know it, right? But why to rub it in everybody's face? You want to wear it? Wear it. Okay. Nobody said not to wear it. The Matrix. Remember the character? What if I told you could still wear your mask? Would you be surprised? Wear your mask. I wear a mask, but it worries me that it will affect our lungs in the future. You know what? It's not. You would have to wear that mask for so many hours and so many days at a time without taking it off. That's when you would have to worry. If you have it on for a few hours a day, you got to take breathing breaks. Go outside, take part of it off, get some fresh air. You'll be okay. You're not going to get sick from wearing your mask for a couple hours at a time. You're not. That's one thing I don't. I used to worry about it, but I don't. When I enter the airport system, and by that I mean when I'm flying out, as soon as I get to the airport, you got to mask up, and I can't take it off until I land at my final destination. It could be 6, 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours later before I get there. And even then, I don't worry about it. You would have to wear it for a really long time, Sharky, to worry about, something wrong going on with your lungs or breathing your CO2 and all that stuff. It's not, you don't have to worry about that. Now, if you have some kind of a condition, respiratory condition, well, then, seek other advice. Don't seek my advice. If you have a bronchitis, emphysema, anything like that, talk to your doctor. Don't listen to me on that one. Then that's a different issue, right? I wear one when I'm home alone. The grinding class. Stop. Cut it out, Shanta. Bam. In Illinois, we're supposed to wear them in the car when we are in our house. We are in China here. You got to wear them in your car even when you're alone? Get out of here. Don't tell me that. Me either. I hear about 40% in my right ear. Masks don't help. I mean, I hear that too. Bam. Lauda. Bam is not feeling well today. He's taking the night off. He said, I've just been feeling, he said, blah all day. So yeah, we decided let's give the little guy let's give the little Bambi a break here. Get well soon, buddy. I miss you. I miss seeing people smile. I know you're looking at everybody, and in certain situations where people should smile at each other, you don't know if they're smiling unless you know them personally and you know their eye movements, so you know that they're smiling. Otherwise, you could be smiling at somebody and you don't know that they're smiling back. So like, oh, what an asshole. He's not smiling back. And he is, and they are. So yeah, I get that. You can take off your mask, show a smile, and then put the mask back on. I don't know, it's dumb. I wasn't asked today, not wearing mine. Oh, evil. Lori, you're a horrible person. You're horrible. 12 lashes with a wet noodle for Lori. If you had an asthma attack that caused a bloody nose, the woman behind the counter told me to put one on. I told her no, that I couldn't breathe, had health issues. Legitimate health issues. Yeah, I get it. 100%. I have no problem with that. But you're my doctor behind the mic. Yeah, nope. Nope. My advice is purely commonsensical. It's not medical advice. I promise. I'm not Dr. Manny. I promise. Go see a doctor. Governor's rules. That's horrible. You got to wear one in your car even when you're alone. And forget that. That's asinine. Laura says, sorry to hear that, Bam. Speedy recovery for Bam. Yes. And right now, I'm going to invite my other friend, my brother from another mother, Mr. Abel Vela.
Manny.
How you doing, Abel?
I'm doing it good.
Abel Vela, everybody.
Guys, please, not everybody at the same time.
How's it going tonight?
Good. I didn't even connect my mic tonight though. I'm wearing my little headset.
How dare you?
I'm trying to get Mo to buy my microphone, man.
So Mo Garza is going to be doing the Morning Flush. I think it's called his show.
That's a shitty show.
The Morning Flush from his restroom. Lauda is applauding. Yes, thank you, Lauda. Yeah, we got to do the Nancy Pelosi applause.
the silencer.
Yeah. Abel is able. That's right.
Abel is able. Yeah, she got it right. Some people sometimes put it backwards, like
Able
is
right.
able.
That's
the other
right.
way around. That's kind of hard.
Mario Diaz, what up? How you doing, Mario? Welcome tonight. Sharky says, hey, Doc, how do I get over being blocked by Rio? Did you really?
Oh, man. Wow.
Oh, you know what? I have to address something now that you mentioned that, Sharky. If you got blocked by Rio, I don't know who's controlling that anymore. They had, well, you know who, their producer, anonymous producer. They blocked you for real? Well, don't know. Can't tell you what to that. So, Miss Maggie at Osmo's Sidekick made a comment. Somebody, there's an account going around about Chucky, and there's a picture of Mr. You know who. And Maggie made the accusation that's my fake account.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So guess what? I don't have any fake accounts.
These people don't know you.
I have this account. I've got my business account, which is Print Service USA, Manny Behind the Mic, and my personal page. That's 3. That's all. I'm not a fake ass person. I don't have fake accounts like some people had, 15 or 18 of them.
There's some people who create like their own haters sometimes too,
Yeah. So let me clear that up only because, that's not, I got better things to do with my time than create fake accounts. And
I can't even believe that accusation because, I mean,
yeah. And then at the end, she said, back off, Manny, back off. And I was like,
wow. I mean, I personally know you.
What did I do?
It's funny, man. Like a few days ago, my kids we're talking about people I've known for a while, and I was like, "Oh, Manny," and my kids are like, "Wow, you've known Manny for how long?" I'm like, "I'd say 10 plus years, closer to 15 or something."
Yeah, close to 15 or 16 years.
And my kids are like, "What? I thought it was just some guy you just met." I'm like, no, like I've known him for this long, and for one thing that I've known Manny to is a stand-up guy. Like this is a true gentleman. There ain't many left like this guy. No cheap shots. Don't have to take no cheap shots to make a name. This guy makes a name without taking cheap shots, right?
Yeah,
because that's still based on integrity.
And don't get me wrong. I've made mistakes here in my life. I'm not I'm not perfect by all
Yeah.
means. However, I don't set up fake accounts and troll on people. If I'm going to troll on somebody, I'll do it with one of my accounts. I'm not going to hide behind a computer and throw stones.
I
So,
believe that.
sorry to tell you, Maggie. Sorry to break your heart, but that's not me. I don't got time for that shit.
No.
Snoopy, San Antonio. Good evening, man. Did you hear about the people who had the auto accident? Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Horrible situation. I haven't seen an update yet. As of yesterday, they said it was 13 or 14 that had died. I think it was everybody in that SUV.
That's the ones that crashed into the what is it, Border Patrol or something?
Like a cement truck. No, it was a cement truck.
Oh.
Hit this SUV.
Wow.
It had, I think it had no seats in it. It had 13 or 14 people in there. And they couldn't ID anybody because nobody had IDs. So they figured they were being smuggled or, yeah, exactly. It's a horrible situation. Horrible. Hey, Marissa says, welcome back, Abel. Miss Marissa Leal. How's the little one? How's the little one, Marissa? How's Louis? Mario, you have 6 pages. No way. Do you really? Why do you have 6?
I have like 43.
43.
Seriously.
You're like
They're all like business pages,
Okay, so they're legit pages.
Yeah, they're not like Abel V, Abel Vela, Abel V.
Yeah, see, that's
the Pride of
different.
Abel. No,
yeah. And I'm going to come up with another few because now we're getting into baseball season, and my Cubs are going to be on. And I want to have discussions on that, so I'll create a page for that. But I don't have any like fake accounts.
What's up, Mario? By the way, thanks
for Mario.
On.
Sean, it's time they grow the fruitcake up. Yeah, grow the F up. Whatever. It's disappointed. Maggie thinks it's me. Probably because I made a hair reference yesterday. That her and him, the guy from that politics page, had the same kind of haircut.
God damn, bro. That's crazy.
It was just an observation. That's all it was. Just an observation. That's all it was. Yeah, dumbass him can't stand the truth. I just tell him what an idiot. Well, sometimes the truth hurts, and I certainly don't agree with everyone that's on here, and I've had some discussions on a lot of my posts with some of the guys, and I don't block anybody. It's a free country. Still, for me, it's a free country. Everybody can say what they want. My whole thing, like I've always said, and I'll always say it, as long as you're not an asshole, you can stay on the page. If you want to troll it, then troll it.
I was on timeout for a little bit. I'm back though.
You were on timeout. What happened to having only Aaron. 2? One married, one single.
What are you talking about, Aaron?
One married, one single.
Aaron has to
back off, Manny. Yeah, you saw that? She told me to back off. I was like, and then I was getting messages that, hey, did you hear this? Did you see that? Like, what? She's accusing you of being that fake page, or she thinks you're that page. So I scrolled at Osmo's show last night, and I was looking for it. I finally found it, and there it is. Back off, Manny, she says.
Whoa. Why?
That was uncalled for. Yeah, it was.
They're trying to cancel you, bro. I have a feeling Maggie's working with the cancel culture, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Cancel Manny. I can see that happening.
I hope that's just a bad guess by Maggie as to who it is. I mean, I know it's a bad guess because it's not me, but I'm hoping she just doesn't mean that. I heard that earlier at Osmo's show, and I cringed a little because Maggie should know you aren't about to fake account. Like, yeah, I'm not. No way. Never. That's not the vibe you give off, and not how you portray yourself. Thank you. I'm glad that I can portray that because like I said, I don't got time for that. That's childish stuff. And if you want to do it, people who do it, whatever, they got their reasons. And you want to be anonymous, I get that too. And so I'm not saying that's a horrible thing, but in this particular case, that's not me. And you know what? I'll prove it to an extent. I'll prove it. How's that? I can prove it.
Uh-oh. I already believe it. Everybody who's watching believes it. If you want to go the extra mile, let's make it more interesting. Let's see. Let's see what Manny's about to show us.
Oh man, where is the thing here? Actually, I should just show it on my live page. I'll show it live. Or did I not save it yet? Oh, here it is. Yeah, let me save it.
Or you can just like, is there any way you can make, you know how you do the screen share, but just screen record and post it on a YouTube video, and then anybody who wants to watch it can.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Ever.
I don't have to. I'm not. Like I said, I got better things to do with my time than to. Okay, let me find it here. Hold on, people. Give me a second, please. Please, please, please. Okay, got the new tab. Open the file.
Well, while everybody else is waiting, yeah, Chucky haircut. I need a haircut right now, dude. I've been cutting my hair since quarantine started. I've been cutting my own hair.
Oh yeah, not a bad job.
But I need a haircut already, man. I do a lot of this.
Okay, so this is a screenshot. I just took a screenshot right when it happened. I clicked on that thing that says My Pages, Your Pages. The little menu down shows you what my pages are right there. There's Manny Behind the Mic. Oops, let me get to there. Print Service USA, Conservative Business Network. That's it. That's what's all connected to my account. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you don't believe it after that, somebody's going to say, oh, well, you can create a whole other Facebook profile page separately with a different email. It's like, yeah, I suppose I could. But why? I don't got time for that. That's so. Pretty much that's all I got to say about that. That's a little disappointed in Maggie for that. Oh man, everybody's what's happening over here? What happened to the strong silence? Yeah, like Gary Cooper. Come on. Oh, I'm an asshole being nice, knowing you'll stop it. But I'm an asshole. Yeah, I know, Bam, but you're a lovable asshole.
Yeah, one of them nice, sweet ones.
Yeah, you know, the tell the truth kind. When you're on a show, you have to take the hit sometimes. Yeah, I know. It's part of being, you know, I call this show business. You know, it's not real show business, but people are going to come at you or whatever. And I don't think Maggie's trying to come after me or anything like that. She just probably because I made the hair comparison reference.
You should have never made that reference, dude. I mean,
I turned on his show yesterday, and I just went, and I just looked for a split second, and I saw you know, his hair there, and I'm like, God. And Osmo's got him on again or what? And that's when yeah, that was just an observation, simple. Did you see Rizzo's 2 Roma? Yes, freaking awesome, dude. I think it's gonna be a fun season. It's gonna be fun. I will be doing a Cubs page coming up pretty soon. Just Cubs talk, baseball talk. For those who are interested, I'll post it up here in the next few days. Sound like she's doing it to test you or just rile you. I don't think so. I think she actually believes it was me, again, because I made that hair reference yesterday, which I thought was hilarious, but I don't know, maybe nobody else.
It's pretty funny.
I really stopped watching all pages except this one. Oh, cool, bro. Fausto's a good guy. Did you watch the launch? Did it really explode? Is that what happened? Does somebody know? Did that happen afterwards?
I heard it landed and then blew up after it landed. So that's like one step closer.
Well, I was watching the feed and then it landed and then he's, you know, the guy's closing out the event. Like a minute later, he just, the feed stopped and that's all. And I thought, all right, well, nothing happened.
That's how it was. Because one of my good friends was out. He goes out to every single launch. And on this one, I guess that's what everybody did. They stopped recording when it landed because it was like a successful launch. So everybody,
and they figured, hey, it landed. All right, good.
Yeah, landed. Turn off your thing. Like, whoa, damn. Woo!
Yeah, exactly. And then boom. Yeah. Oh man, I hope somebody got footage of that.
So that's what I heard.
Sean, they're cool. Did you guys see that robotic dog that they have at SpaceX?
I've seen it a while back.
Like after the launch or after a crash. They send that little robotic dog out. I think it's a Boston Dynamics dog.
Oh, wow.
And it's robotic. And for the head, it's got a camera. And they send it out to survey the area, see what's there, what the damage is. Is it safe to walk over there? Pretty cool. I'll try to dig up that video a little bit later. Marisa. Madison's doing well. Thank you for asking. Louis is all excited. His DI teams were 3 out of 4. That's awesome. 3 out of 4 qualified for the state competition. Congratulations to Stillman Middle School. Good job. Competition in the schools is so fun. Now I wonder who is a fake account on Erasmo's page, the one who pretends to be Roman in real politics. That will be the last I'll mention of this topic. That's all right. You can keep talking about it. I just don't want anybody thinking it's me because it's not. I'm just bringing it up because we are kind of talking about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think somebody brought that up, that Chucky thing, and then somebody said, "Yeah, I want to do one of those," and I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious, but yeah, not me. I promise it's not me. Abel, I like your profile picture.
So much different than the real me, right? I had to pay a stunt double to do that one.
The first thing that popped up on your Facebook was Nancy Pelosi. I know, right? It's just what I was happening to read when I got this news, and I said, "Let me do a screenshot of this." Click, 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 and I just did a screenshot, and there she was. I should have erased her, but even Nancy, I'll let her talk. Believe it or not, I know Bam's not going to like that. You're the nicest, coolest I've met. You all have accepted me with all my weirdness. Oh, Laura, you're cool. You're right. Everybody on this, anybody watching, all the fans I got, as far as I know so far, everybody's copacetic, cool people, good people.
And good weirdness people. Makes the world go round, just so you know.
Weirdness makes the world go around. Nothing wrong with being a little bit weird.
The weirder, the better.
I didn't mean you mimic. Oh, I know. Yeah, I totally got that one. That's cool. Bam cannot be blocked. I need my overly cussing dose when I come on here. Bam will be back, I promise. You're awesome, and I don't like just anyone. Cool. I appreciate you, Shauna. Shauna's been behind me like the whole way. Good people. Her and her husband out there in Pennsylvania. Snowy Pennsylvania. Did it finally stop? Because even up to a few days ago, she was supposed to get more snow, and then she got some broken pipes, and she had a water leak situation. Fausto, after it landed, 8 minutes later, it exploded. Oh, okay. Man, I hope nobody was hurt, because usually after that, if nothing happens after it lands, they start sending people over there, right?
That robot dog might have.
Oh, my God. Did it kill the robot dog? I hope not. Poor robotic fetalize. Best laid plans. That's right. Thank you. You're cool too. Lori, thanks for being a fan. Appreciate it. Seriously. You skipped my comment. No, I didn't. I didn't skip your comment.
Recomment.
Now I'm going to go back and look for your comment. I don't skip comments. If I miss one by accident, it's an accident. I promise. Oh, how did I miss that? Man, he stole my heart the day he came on at Osmo and his friend had just passed. Oh, that's when Josh passed away. Yep. She saw me tear up and stuff and cry, I guess. And he was a lot like my husband, not afraid to show the true self. Yeah, that was tough. That was losing Josh was real tough. I had just talked to the guy before, and it was you know what? I thought I'm not going to do a show. I don't want people to see me all emotional. But then I thought, you know what? So what? You know, I'm a human being. It doesn't make me less of a man or anything like that. And it was I was very vulnerable, and it just came out. I couldn't help it. It just came out a couple times. Once on my own, and then once with Erasmo. So thank you, Hilda. Thank you. Snoopy, Real Politics and their Mrs. Producer. When I first heard that, back when I stopped following them in December, I thought they sounded ridiculous every time. All they would say, Mrs. Producer. I think, yeah, I know who that is, and whatever. I don't know. It's more power to them, and if they would have stayed with the politics, I'll give them the credit. With the politics, they would have stuck with that. Would have been just fine, but they chose to take a different path, a way different path. So, whatever floats your boat. Oh boy, let's see. I heard that one of the legs on the rockets didn't extend for the landing. I couldn't see. You know what was cool was that camera footage that they had when it was coming down, and the camera was like right there on the landing pad, and it was coming right at the camera. It was really cool. You can see everything going on inside where the engines were at. Did you see that?
It's slowly getting better, man. A couple sea turtles missing, but everything else is all right.
Man. No snow now until 13 hours. What are you talking about? Oh, until 13th. Oh, the 13th or so. Oh, you're still going to get more snow still? Wow. Dang it. Y'all have a great night. My phone's about to die. All right, Lori, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
No good one.
Oh, okay. Look who's there. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Missed my comment again. RP, did I miss your comment? I truly apologize. No, I didn't. And you're welcome here, by the way. You're welcome here. Shonda, okay, good night. Dream big. Manny, we love you all. Thank you so much, Marisa. Love all you guys. Love the fans. The fans are what make this fun. Has anyone gotten a light bill? I haven't, and I should have by now. That can't be good.
Snoopy is in San Antonio, but Snoop, you have are you with a co-op out there, or is it a deregulated area, or what is it?
Yeah, who do you have, Snoopy, for your power provider? They probably had to order paper. Yeah. They had to order paper for everybody's light bill that now is like 50 pages long.
A lot of companies are going CPS. No, well, CPS is not a deregulated area. You should be getting something soon.
Just a regular bill, though. She's not going to have anybody who had. Who are the ones that are most likely? Anybody who uses, what was that name of that firm?
Well, like Gritty was a huge
Gritty,
one.
Yeah. If your electric service is connected to Gritty or through Gritty or however that works, yeah, keep an eye out for your bill and sit down when you open it.
Like a lot of these power companies right now, they basically backed up like 5 days. So like if you normally get your bill on a certain day, might be 5 days later now. That's what most of everybody's running.
Yeah. Abel, do you wear your mask everywhere?
Well, I have to. What's my choice? I don't have a choice at the moment.
Oh, now you do have a choice. You do have a choice now.
Until the 10th, I have a choice.
Until the 10th. Why? What's happening on the 10th?
Well, isn't that when that it takes effect, or is it already?
Oh, I believe it's already in effect. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's already in effect.
I had read Wednesday the 10th. I guess I'm mistaken.
Well, if I'm wrong, yeah, my apology. If it is the 10th, still.
Then I know a lot of these companies are still going to be enforcing a mask, but.
Yeah, and that's why I don't see what the. No, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it's not like he said, yes, you must open, and yes, do not allow masks on in your business. That's not what it is. Businesses can still make their own mandates. And you can still wear your mask if it makes you feel better and you're going to wear it. And I know I'll still wear mine. I told you. I already stated my case on that. Snoopy said, I think Gritty. Yeah, Gritty. Not Giddy, Gritty. Are the ones that are going to get screwed. I think Abel went over it a few days ago. Yeah, that was a very informative night we had with Abel explaining how all that works. AEP sent us a letter that nothing is going to change with our bill. Awesome. Excellent. Same here with CPS. Good. Okay, next Wednesday. Melly says, yeah, it's on the 10th. Okay, you're right. Yep, you're right. You called it.
Hey, Manny, does my camera look really bad, or is it just on my screen?
It looks blurry. Yeah, it does look blurry. The only thing clear is that whatever you got in the background back there, that brick, the bricks.
Damn it. Let me try one of those moves you told me. But I don't know, bro. I guess I'm being censored at the moment.
Take off that background. That's all. Snoopy says, Manny, I know you said you'll be wearing your mask in venues that have the mask enforcement, but what are your thoughts on the people that want to argue and are going to say the governor removed the mandate? You know what you say? Yeah, the governor removed the mandate, but he left it to me as a business owner to make my own mandate. So if you want to come into my restaurant or into my dollar store or whatever, please wear your mask. And if you
Yeah, because
don't,
it's the same thing as no shoes, no shirt, no service. There's no
exactly.
actual law on it. There might be, but that I know about,
I don't
there
think it's
might
a
not
law
be.
about, you don't, it's
Like a
not a
mandate,
law.
right? It's not
Yeah.
like a mandate. So
Yeah.
no shoes,
No.
no shirt, no service. You can't come in. Hey, sir, I'm sorry, you're not wearing your shoes. You can't be in here. Dirty feet, dirty foot, whatever. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to go back and put your shoes on. Same thing with a mask. Hey, you can't be in here. You got to wear your mask.
Exactly. And that's what I would say. If you're a business owner, that's what I would say.
Yep. I mean, if you're a business owner, you're still thinking about your employees and your employees' family, and you want your customers to be comfortable, but you will realize that without your staff, your business can't be running. So we need to make sure that they're safe and their families are safe, and the
Yeah.
customers will in turn realize that, hey, we're doing this for the safety of our employees. In order to keep serving you, this is what we require. It's not a biggie.
Yep. No, it's not. It's for the most part, not a lot of things are going to change. Honestly, not a lot of things are going to change.
Just restaurants or
Yeah.
bars and everything, right?
Yeah, and they're still going to have their little signs outside. Please, mask. Mask needed to enter or whatever they say, and life will go on. Just don't be a mask hole.
Yeah.
Don't be a mask hole. Just wear your mask. Even if it makes somebody else feel better, just wear your mask. A little inconvenience for being outside, so what? But when I'm alone in my car, I'm not going to wear a mask. When I'm outside walking in the free air, I'm not going to wear my mask.
No.
And you shouldn't either. Abel, the only brick wall is focus, not you. Yep. And now the eagle. Now you're okay. You're okay now.
I'm back.
RP says they looking good, Abel.
It's not me. It's a brick. It was a brick wall that was looking good.
My new PUB bill was about $40 higher. Ooh, I don't like that.
Well, at the same point, you have to realize that you are probably using a little bit more electricity with the heater on throughout those 4 days. If you average it out at $10 a day, you probably were using a little bit more electricity than normal.
Yeah, I happen to know mine was not on at all. I think the heater was turned on for maybe 10 minutes during that whole 5 or 6 days. Nothing more. And so I don't expect my bill to be any higher. But the county still has the mandate. Yeah, I mean, but still, it's the same thing. It's still, yeah, it's like I said, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. I've been arguing with those people all day on Facebook, the ones threatening to go into places without a mask. Yeah, don't do that. Because most businesses up here are keeping the mask mandate. And that's fine. Yeah, that's their right, right? The governor didn't say, oh, nope, you must let everyone in, even without a mask. No, that's not what it's about. You can keep wearing your mask. Nothing is going to change right now. The only thing that's going to change is how long we have to wear our masks.
Well, the other thing that's going to change is, how we're closed down to, what was it, 50 to 75% on occupancy.
Okay, yes.
So now a business is going to be able to open up 100%, which means they can bring their full-time staff back to work and they can start serving the community the way they used to before COVID. But that doesn't mean that for the safety of their employees, they're not going to make you wear a mask when you come in, which is a reasonable thing to do for the respect of the employees and their family. I mean, they've kept us going. If you think about it, every time you go to a grocery store, when everybody else closed down for fear, your grocery store was still open. You can still go and buy groceries. You can still go and buy Chick-fil-A. You can still go and buy this other stuff. Imagine if everybody had really shut down. I mean, a lot of respect, of course, for the healthcare industry. So much respect, and the same respect, maybe not the same, but at the same level, we have to respect the people who have been there since day one.
Yeah, right? I mean, the people at HEB and Walmart who have to be there so you guys can buy your 50 packs of eggs and 10 gallons of milk and your 8 cases of 100 roll toilet paper, and somebody has to sell that and they have to be there. So they might not be first responders, but they should be right up there because they have to deal with the public every day.
And yeah, they have. I mean, they've kept it. They've kept us going. I mean, at the beginning of all this, everything was so shady. We didn't know where it was heading. There were some rumors that the National Guard was going to come in and they were going to shut
Yeah, I
everything
know. Yeah,
down and they were going to be passing emergency food packs to everybody. We're not going to be allowed outside of our home. The fear of that was paralyzing.
yeah,
One thing I love to do is eat good food. I like to eat what I choose, not what somebody brings me, in a toothpaste can or whatever, right?
yeah,
So hats off to everybody who's kept the establishment rolling,
yeah,
and I could definitely see why they still would want you to wear a mask, because employees do
yeah,
have a family. Not everybody is vaccinated. A
yeah.
lot of people still have people who are very prone to getting this disease, this
Yep,
virus, and actually dying, not
yep.
just getting it and sneezing a few times, right?
It's so uh, disheartening, worrisome that some people can get COVID and they'll have a sniffle and then they'll be okay, and some people have like a flu and then they're okay, and then you got some people that are freaking dying. I mean, literally dying or will die. You just don't know how it's going to affect everyone. Even if the two people who are high risk, one guy will be okay and the other guy will die or something like that. It's very really unpredictable, and it's
Oh.
not.
This is beyond just people saying, well, they just want to control you and this and that. They've been controlling you since you were in school. They've been telling you what courses you need to take. They've been telling you what you need to do for a living. They've been telling you need to do this. They've been telling you you need a job. They've been telling you need all this stuff. And all of a sudden they tell you need to wear a mask. Maybe not for you, maybe not for your family, but for the respect for humanity and a person who could lose their life. They might not. There might I might have not even came close to COVID through all this quarantine stuff, but out of respect, I still wear a mask for the elderly and for the people who might be more prone to it.
Yeah,
Respect for humanity, respect for life. You know, if you can't
yeah,
respect
and I mean,
another
if you're
person,
if you're
man,
doing it, yeah, if you're doing it just to be an asshole and you're gonna walk into a place without a mask just because, even though I say don't wear a mask, you're being an asshole. You're being a mask hole. That's true. You know what? Don't do that. It's the same thing with the people that remember there was a rash a few years ago of people who were defiant of the police. So when they got pulled over, may I see your ID, please, driver's license? No, I don't have to show you my ID. Remember that whole people didn't want to show their ID. People didn't want to talk to the police. They didn't want to roll their window down. They didn't want to, you know,
yeah.
talk to the peace officer. It's like, why? And with the border patrol, just asking. They used to ask, "Yeah, are you a U.S. citizen?" That's all they would ask. They wouldn't even want to see ID. Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes, I am. Have a good day. But no, you don't. You can't ask me that. You can't ask me if I'm a U.S. citizen. Why are you asking me that? It's my right not to have to answer. It's like, shut up, man. Just answer and move on. Get on with your life.
I mean, yeah, man. If
Good
people
night.
really want to fight for rights, I mean, there's a lot of other things you can fight for besides something so stupid like that.
Yeah, direct your energies to better places. There's better causes. I heard a police officer explain that to a citizen. County has the mandate. Yeah, and that's fine. As long as the mandate is not wear it outside and wear it in your car by yourself, because I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, speaking of mandates, yesterday I had a little bonfire going on, dude, at the acre. I went out to my mom's.
Yeah.
Small fire. I have this little enclosed area with cinder blocks around where I start something. It was kind of fresh. I told my kids, let's start throwing some wood in there. Somebody actually called the firefighters, dude. The firefighters showed up. And I'm like, well,
No
sir.
way.
Yeah, I'm like, sir, what's going on? And he's like, no, well, man, people, if they see smoke, they complain. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? We've been here for 30 plus years, 40 years, and all of a sudden somebody's complaining. Like, doesn't
They
make
didn't put
sense.
out. They didn't put out your fire, did they?
No, so I told them you can come turn it off if you want. I was like, is there a burn ban in effect? And they're like, yes, there is because of the freeze and this and that. And I was like, funny. I just before I started a fire, I actually checked to make sure that there was no burn ban.
Okay, wait,
Uh,
wait. So because of the freeze,
because of the
they
freeze,
don't want you lighting a fire.
yeah, because everything is dry, so things can catch fire, right? So I said, "Is there a burn ban?" And they're like, "Yeah, there's a burn ban, and a sheriff can come out here and cite you for it." I'm like, "That's funny," because before I lighted the fire, I made sure I told him, "Sir, I grew up on a ranch, man. You can't poke my eyes, you know." I'm like, "I've been lighting fires here forever. Before I did, I made sure there was no burn ban, and there's no burn ban in Cameron County." And they're like, "Well, just be careful, all right?"
Yeah,
And took
yeah.
off.
Snoopy says I never wore my mask walking at a park when I'm heading to my car or driving. I support mask wearing, but that's always been overboard. Yeah, exactly. And I see people driving. When you're driving and you're out in your day, and you see the people wearing a mask and they're alone in the car. I'm like,
Yeah, that's weird.
that's very weird. Why do you think both think he really opened up Texas at 100%?
I'll share my thoughts after you, Manny.
I think there was a lot of pressure from business. I mean, business is not open. Businesses are hurting right now. It's all about money. That's what I think.
Definitely
And
a money move.
yeah,
And what's happening? Spring break.
allegedly spring break is going to happen, but they're calling it what are they calling it? It's going to
A
be a
family friendly.
family vacation or spot or something like that.
But isn't
And
it like now that all this is over, I'm sure everybody's going to be flocking by the herds in no time.
yeah, the only thing they're not going to do, and South Padre Island is helping with this. They say they're not going to issue any permits for any large, parties or stuff at gatherings at the beach, that kind of thing. So those big parties sponsored by Coca-Cola or whatever, Corona, the beer, whatever your favorite beer is, are not going to happen. Well, at least they're not supposed to happen. We know Mr. Clayton is a little bit of a rebel.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. It's all about money. It's all about money. And in this case, his bid to want to get reelected. You know it.
Well, because who's the one who helps people get reelected? Sponsors, people who donate
Yep.
money. Who donates money? The people. The working class has enough money to pay for their bills. You think they're going to go and donate money to Greg Abbott, somebody who's never done anything for them? Period. Of course not.
Yeah. Yep.
But
that's exactly what happened. Be glad you haven't been in Pennsylvania. It's been a CF here for a year. Cluster F. You know what that means.
I like that one.
It's been a cluster F there for a year. Oh man, what a mess over there. Snoopy says, I still want to know why why toilet paper became a commodity. You think it'd be water and food? Nope. It was. I know. Toilet paper. It was crazy.
That is weird.
You could not. If you don't have any, you were in trouble because it was gone. And when people become sheep, I mean, what was the reasoning for it? You can't. There was no. Was there a paper shortage? No. Was there an illness where people were going to be crapping all over the place on a daily basis uncontrollably? No. I don't get it. Just some mentality is just to panic buy.
Those social media posts. There's no more toilet paper.
Yeah, and then there's no gas. And everybody runs to get in line for gas. Well, there's no gas because people ran to get gasoline and the gasoline ran out.
That's one thing I couldn't understand from the leaders, because at that point it's like, okay, as a leader, there's nothing you could do because it's Mother Nature. But the least they could have done was do an informative live for their people to bring some calmness to the storm. They see their city, their county, their state going to shit when there's lines and lines of people for hours waiting for gasoline, and the shortages at the grocery stores. There's no more groceries, and there was not much that they could say. I didn't read much at that point, but all these little panic things that have been caused, is time when the leader should step up and say, hey guys, everybody needs to calm down. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be under control. Even if it's bullshit, everything's going to be under control. Feel safe to stay home. The toilet paper's not going to run out. I promise you. That's the last of your worries. For now, as Texans, we're going to all write this out together. Find somewhere warm. Stay safe. And, something that's going to make people feel safe.
Personally, the mayor of Brownsville, Mr. Trey Mendez, should have come out early when this cold freeze happened there down in Brownsville. Told people not to panic. He should have been out in front of the camera, in front of people all the time. People like to be reassured. People like to hear from their leaders. So days later, almost at the end of this thing, is when he opened that sports park as a warming center. This was like on the last, and then it was only open for just a little over 24 hours, and that's it. And then they kicked everybody out of there. Made no sense whatsoever. Why not use all the schools, all their gymnasiums around, which are in the neighborhoods, instead of making people drive how many miles out to the sports park? What if they don't got a car? What if they don't have gas? Now you got to waste gas to drive all the way to the sports park to stay warm a little bit. There should have been a plan in place, and there wasn't. Epic failure. Simple, basic stuff.
Failed leadership.
Yeah, this was.
These guys are, I don't even know them, or these guys are check collectors. They show up every day to collect a check. They don't think about the unforeseeable. They don't think about any of that. They just say, I'm going to show up and get paid on Friday. That's it.
As a city leader, and you have a planning department, you got to plan for this stuff. You got to look at weather forecasts. The airline knew this weather was coming. They knew it. So they made a schedule change of flights. We're not going to operate the early morning flights at all these little stations, at all these particular cities. We're not going to operate the early morning flights because the planes are going to be cold and frozen and there might be problems. So the flights are going to go out later, almost at noontime. And that was to avoid any problems with cold temperatures. So that whole schedule lasted for 3 weeks. It just finished today. Now they're back to the regular schedule. But they knew this was coming. They knew this was coming 3 months ago. And they made that schedule change.
Crazy, man. There's corporation managers who can manage a corporation and plan ahead and make sure that their employees are safe, their pilots are safe, their passengers are safe.
Yeah. The airline
leaders.
Yeah. The airline told us it's 1, so we don't have to worry about frozen aircraft. 2, the employees don't have to be out there working in the frigid temperatures at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And accidents because of weather, and it was going to snow, and there was going to be ice and all that. And all of that was to protect all that. It was planning. It was somebody's like, oh man, I don't know why they changed the schedule, and now the first flight doesn't leave till 11. Guess what? It was because of the weather. They made a plan, and they stuck to it. And in the end, we were all happier for it. And it was a good plan. And that's what good planning is. That's what good leadership is. Yes, it's going to be almost a year already. Actually, a little bit more than a year, but yeah. Yeah, right around a year. You're right. Texas is trying to recuperate. They are, I know. It's been tough. It's been very tough. It's hard not to argue with people online, man, especially the ones who want to come on Facebook and start spreading misinformation just because they got their medical degree from Facebook University. I know. Yeah, I know. And I get it. I put that post with Dr. Seuss, to cancel that little poem. And the illustration was just an illustration. I could have picked any book, but that's the one I saw. So I copied it and I just used it. But that book itself was not canceled. So that's why that post was hit with a fact check little box saying, oh, the Cat in the Hat was not canceled. That's not factual, or whatever it said. So I commented and said, I know that. It was just an illustration. I'm not saying they canceled the Cat in the Hat. Then I was like, whatever. It's interesting, actually. A reporter in Australia went to a store and asked people why they were stockpiling toilet paper. And every single person said it was because there was a shortage. All 26 people. There's a shortage. They must all watch the same news reports. When your post got fact checked, did you see it? Yeah, just talked about that one, Snoop. And I put a comment in there, and in the comments, I commented it was just an illustration. It's not. I didn't mean to make it sound like Cat in the Hat was canceled. And then I put that Cardi B with whoever else. I don't know who the other chick is. You know who that is? I don't even know who it is.
No.
I don't know who it is. I know one of them was Cardi B. And it said, yeah, this is acceptable music, and they win awards. But Dr. Seuss is inappropriate. Like,
stupid. Yeah.
te pusieron el dedo, Abel. Te pusieron el dedo.
Yep.
Oops. Shonda, I saw you posting a CF, and all I thought about for a moment was Chick-fil-A. Ha, 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 yeah. It's a different CF, Snoopy. Manny and Abel for president and vice president. Yeah, right on.
Wait, I'll take that house. What is Nancy Pelosi? Because she seems to be there longer, so I'll just take her position.
Yeah. You know what?
I'll be there like the next.
We would get canceled by the cancel culture in like 24 hours
on the first day.
Oh, we'd have Antifa would be running up on the White House. I'd have to have the National Guard there like 24/7.
For sure. I'd want to show up with a Dr. Seuss hat and a Mr. Potato Head mustache.
Megan Thee Stallion.
She's talking about the one who was there with Cardi B.
Oh, possibly. I've never heard that name before at all. I have no idea who that is. But yeah, that song, I think I know which song it is. We kind of discussed it at anyway. That is okay. And you know what? And this kind of tells you what the hell's going on and who's controlling what. The liberals in Hollywood. The liberals in the entertainment business. That's who are running things.
I mean, the people who figured out that all they have to do is cry a little bit, and people don't want to hear it, so they just say, "All right, whatever, just cancel it." All the stuff that they're canceling, come on, dude, they canceled like some of the Muppets, the Cat in the Hat. We grew up with that. Mr. Potato Head. Did Mr. Potato Head make me who I am right now? No, people who grew up. I mean, no offense, people who grew up to be gay, straight, whatever. If they owned a Mr. Potato Head, it didn't make or break them, and they didn't find it offensive. And there's people at this very moment right now who are against it, and they're on both sides. They're like, I'm a straight male, I'm against it, or hey, I'm a gay guy and I'm against it, because it doesn't make you or break you. But why are you going to break a culture that was created? This is not just a toy. This is things that date back many years ago, and they have a story that they had to tell. And just like you might have a story that you want to create, and it gets
it's a full of crap argument, because Obama and Michelle Obama, they both said these books were influential to them growing up, and they read the books to kids on their little moments with kids and book readings and stuff like that. So don't give me that crap. This is, and anybody who bows down to any of the cancel culture is an idiot.
Yep.
If you're going to bow down to that, you're an idiot.
It just doesn't make sense, because
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Yeah.
All it takes is if they can take Mr. Potato Head, literally, come on, who cares about Mr. Potato Head? When's the last time you cared about Mr.
Excuse my language. It's a fucking toy, man. It's a toy, a potato toy.
So when's the last time that has made any change to your recent living, to where you're at right now commonly? How about we cancel, fucking overpriced taxes, overpriced houses, overpriced vehicles, overpriced gasoline? Go and cancel that, and then maybe we'll think about it.
Let's cancel the movie theater. Do we need famous Hollywood people to live and go on? No, we realized that this past year, that we didn't need to see these people on TV or in the movies. We realized we didn't need to watch sports. It was tough to swallow for a little while, but we realized we didn't have to freaking watch it, and we all lived.
We still survived, yeah.
It's like when we were kids, a lot of us. Abel probably also. You're not as old as I am, but a lot of people my age and older, I mean, we were outside playing. We didn't have cell phones and iPads and Game Boys and all that crap. And we lived, and life was good. We played outside. I played baseball and football all day, summers when school was out. all day playing football and baseball, walking to the mall, walking with your friends around, and we lived. We didn't have cell phones. I don't know how we did it, but because now I can't get rid of this thing off my. I should
I mean,
have
how
it
about
surgically put in my hand, but
how about like I said, if they can take something so little as a potato head toy, and they see that they did it and accomplished it, what else can't they take? They can have
yeah,
the whole world. If it took Mr. Potato Head off the shelf, they can take the whole world.
freaking Mr. Potato Head is a victim.
How about when are they going to cancel voter fraud?
You know who died and made these people the boss of everybody, telling you what to watch, what to play with. When did this happen? And we let this happen. We're letting it happen.
Still, and a lot of people will stay silent about it.
I hope you people really stand up to any of this crap that happens, because this is stuff that happens at work too. I mean, people get into arguments and she's a Republican. I'm offended because he's a Republican or she's a Republican. Like, so what, man? Learn to deal. These are people that never learned to deal with anything as a kid. Talk about entitlement. They were always coddled and never allowed interaction with people, with kids at a young age. Learn how to negotiate. Learn how to deal with your feelings. Learn that that when you're told no, sometimes it's okay, and to stand up for yourself is okay also. And you got to learn how to interact with 2 or 3 or 4 people. And these people and when you're growing up, eventually will become your friends or your coworkers. But they were not allowed. They were not allowed to do any of that. They were put in such a bubble to be protected from society.
Well, yeah, because this whole cancel thing basically is somebody's opinion winning over somebody's opinion. So an opinion is never going to win anyone anytime, because an opinion is just an opinion. So at that point, it's two separate worlds. So you decide which world you want to live in, right? You decide right here which world you want to live in. Do I want Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head? Do I want to be? Does the label really offend me? Like, I can live with it, or no, I can't live with it. So that's your personal choice, just like it is with a mask. It doesn't mean go and cancel. There's a way bigger issues that need to be canceled.
Yeah.
Way. How come they don't cancel? Like I said, I don't remember Nancy Pelosi's position. Why don't they cancel how long the term is? Those are things that should be canceled. Instead, we're focused on a piece of plastic with a
Fucking Mr.
mustache on
Potato
it.
Head. Yeah. And people offended because of the Mr. Like, who died and made these? Who are these people behind all this? Yet everything in Hollywood, the weird ass crap you see in movies, the themes of these movies, the things that they do in the movies, the music, the so-called entertainment, and so much nudity and sexualization in videos and music. None of that gets canceled. All of that is okay. Nobody's canceling any of that crap. But they want to cancel Mr. Potato Head. They want to cancel. It's ridiculous. And if we don't start standing up for ourselves, and you know what, people need to start.
Beyond that, why don't they cancel the big pharmacy companies who are feeding the community, opioids and all these other things that are so addictive when there's other options?
Why aren't they canceling the pharmaceutical companies that are making the diabetic, with the insulin, that costs $600? Why does it have to cost $600? And I know it's hard. You can't just cancel. You can't boycott it because people need that insulin. But that's where you put your attention.
That's where we should. Everybody, right? I mean, it just shows that the control of the mass, like when whoever's shepherding this crap has more followers than the good people. I say the good people because they're only out there canceling the nonsense. They're out there canceling nonsense. Imagine if, like you said, they use that energy to cancel things that will make the country strong, the communities better. How far we would be getting.
And unfortunately, it's a lot of the young people that are in this culture. And they are led and taught by these radical teachers in the universities nowadays. They're the ones saying cancel this, cancel that toy, cancel that TV show, cancel that TV program, cancel that news, whatever. And if we keep letting it go on, it's not going to stop. Yes, Snoopy, I agree. That's things started to get crazy with fact checking as soon as Trump was president. That's exactly why. Yep. She's a rapper from Houston, according to my son-in-law. Oh, okay. Gotcha. The one that disturbed me was the most was that gender thing. That in some states, correct me if I'm wrong, they will no longer have male or female on birth certificates. Yes, that's true. I'm open-minded and accepting, but that one is insane. You know what? If it would say something like M to F, male to female, or something that said originally M, trans F or whatever. If they want to do something like that, I don't know. Whatever, I guess. As long as it showed the real original birth sex. Not eliminate it, because there's no magical way to change your sex. There isn't.
Not for the physical? No, bro. No way.
No. Biologically, physically, nope. It's impossible. There will only be male and female. Period. A man cannot have a baby. A female, I don't know how we got to this topic, transitions to a male, is still a female. That's why she got pregnant. That's why he got pregnant and had a baby. It wasn't a male having a baby. It was a female having a baby.
What I don't understand, man, is that is like so crazy, because regardless of how people are born, they should have some pride in what they were born and what they feel inside, what their passion is, whatever it is that they want to follow. But they cannot neglect what they were actually born at the beginning, right? The pride that they have to have for their gender. All right, so your preference is different, but your gender at the moment is.
See, but there is something called gender dysphoria, and it's that true feeling that you're not who you're not the gender that you were born. You feel different inside, and
right.
it's an illness. It's a problem.
But then it's the same thing as me being born brown. It's like I was born brown, but hey, I don't feel brown, so I'm not going to.
Maybe you identify as white or Asian.
But I still get treated brown. Everywhere I go and apply, and when I go pay somewhere, I still get treated brown. It doesn't make a difference. So that's like me saying, like, hey, you know what? I was born brown, but fuck that. I'm gonna just go and bleach my whole body, and I'm white now. But I was still born Hispanic. That doesn't change my culture. If you take blood out of my DNA, it's still gonna show what I was before, what I really am on the inside. But hey, just because let's say I don't want to identify as this race, for whatever reason, because I feel more comfortable around this race. Okay, I'm a coconut. And I'm not me, right? But I'm just using it as an example.
And I like the term coconut not as a racial thing, like a bad racial thing. It's like they say, "Oh, you're brown on the outside, but you're like white on the inside." Well, you know what? I was born and raised in Chicago. I worked downtown. I worked amongst white people most of my life. So it's how I speak. It's just what I was around. And that's why I was called coconut a long time ago. I was in Chicago and I was getting called coconut.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine, right? But I'm saying it's not like they're going to change your birth certificate. Like, hey, what race do you want us to write on your child's birth certificate?
Yeah.
It's like it is what it is. In your DNA, in your chromosomes that are inside of you, you're either born this gender or that gender, this race or that race. You might not even be born a human. You might be born an eagle. And now all of a sudden you want to identify as a fucking chicken. Like it's like, no, you were born an eagle, or you were born a chicken, you were born a whatever it is you were born. That is what it was. I don't understand how they made it such a big deal.
And yeah, I get it. And again, it's activists Oh man, we can go on for hours about this. And this isn't about, I'm not transphobic or any of that stuff.
Same.
I'm not homophobic. I love Bam. He's my friend. I'll love that dude forever. It's got nothing to do with that. It has to do with basic biology. That there's only two genders. You want to identify as a female? Okay, fine. I don't care. Want me to call you Mrs. Ma'am? You know what? I don't care. But
Right.
you can't deny what you were originally.
And most people will
and what
take
you
pride
still
in
are,
it.
and what you still are.
Right. And a lot of people will take pride in it and what they were and how they feel. And they'll teach other people, hey, if you feel this way, don't worry about it. I was also born like this. This is what
Yeah.
I've gone through, and it's okay. Right. But it doesn't mean let's change the way the world works. Not the world, the country, right? The world, the country works.
Yeah. The way life works, you can't
Yeah.
change it. You can't. Yeah, that's how you're born.
And it's the
And
whole pride. Like I don't know much about gay pride, but I'm gonna say for the gay pride, that their pride is that I was born this gender and I like the same gender. That's what makes gay
yeah,
people.
yeah.
So that's their pride.
And
And now
uh-huh.
they're canceling that. That's like canceling Aunt Jemima for the black family who said this is all we had, for
It's way beyond out of control already. We can go on and on all night. Oh, Abel, there is no proof of widespread voter fraud, don't you know? Yeah, right.
I heard.
It's all about posturing and profits. Yes, exactly. Oscar says, you're so right. Who are these people? They seem to have more powers than the government we all voted for. Yeah,
Yep.
it's true. It's true. If they say cancel, if they can, just like Abel said, if they can cancel Mr. Freaking Potato Head, how scary is that? A freaking toy. Or seem to want to cancel. Apparently Hasbro took a step back and said, well, all right, well, due to all the uproar, we will not take the Mr. away from Mr. Potato Head or something like that. So now they're backtracking also, which is fine, but it's like, don't bow in the first place, man. It's like, the only thing that I've taken from the Biden administration right now is, come on, man.
That's
That
it.
has been my favorite. And that's it. That's the best thing to come from him so far.
Come on, man. Yep.
Height-wise, I can identify as a Smurf. See, Shonda, you want to identify as a Smurf? Okay, you're a Smurf. Just don't turn blue.
Everybody has their personal choice. This is the land of the free. This is not the land of whatever they tell you to be. This is the land of what you choose to be.
When did America cease being America, the land of the free? Have we stopped being that already? I mean, is that where we're at right now? Did we stop being America, land of the free? And you can ask, and you can argue about this, and I don't care. Argue, till you're blue in the face. United States of America is still the greatest country on the planet.
Yep.
I don't care what you say or what you think, whatever. People are still dying to come here.
Literally. Yep.
Literally dying to come here from all over the world, not just Mexico, all over the world. They want to be here, and that's for a reason. And to have a culture like the cancel culture trying to like take over, like what the hell, man?
It doesn't make sense since when this. It's just the people feeling like they're walking on thin ice, and they don't want to offend nobody. They want to be careful because they might lose some public. That's what it is.
Screw that, man.
The fear of that. But all along, these other companies have been around for 200 years. They've made it happen. You're not going to lose any customers. Nothing's going to change. The people who support you are going to keep supporting you regardless. Not because the cancel culture shows up and says, oh, no, well, Mr. Cat in the Hat and whatever, right? It's not going to change. We're still going to buy the cat. You know what? The Cat in the Hat stocks might rise higher than ever now.
Well, speaking of Dr. Seuss, yeah, and it got bad when, so the cancel culture came out against Dr. Seuss. It was a certain number of books, I think, right? It was 3 or 4 different books that they came out against. And you know the cancel culture has won because the freaking foundation, the Dr. Seuss Foundation, was behind this also saying, yes, we agree. These books are no good. We're not going to sell them anymore. His own freaking foundation, he's dead. He died a long time ago.
Wow.
The freaking foundation representing him and his family and all this empire agreed with the cancel culture, and they're not going to sell those books anymore.
That's whack. They gave in. They just gave in. They don't want. Ridiculous. They're scared to lose. They're scared to lose 10% of their clientele or whatever. And because what are they going to lose? They're only going to lose the cancel culture followers. Before that, nobody cared. Who actually looked into that? Oh, Dr. Seuss is like whichever books they were.
Yeah, and everybody read those books. I don't care. Everybody read those books and read those books to their kids. And to all of a sudden call that racist or a certain book racist or racial undertones. And you know what it did for me? It made me want to go back and, I'm going to read these all over again. I want to know what these are all about. Again, because I haven't read those things in such a long time. I mean, long time. Nadia, welcome. Where you been, woman?
Hola.
Welcome to the discussion. It's been quite a good one, actually. Hilda Garcia, but it's going to continue to happen until somebody gathers enough, huevos to stand up to them and say enough is enough. And that's, it has to happen. Just like, Hasbro has reversed their decision, apparently, and they're not going to remove the Mr. out of the Mr. Potato Head, which is good.
Hats off. Hell yeah.
But, that they shouldn't have bowed down and made this whole big to-do, but yes, they're going to cancel it, and they're going to make a genderless potato. Like, we're talking about a freaking potato. It's like, come on. We got to stop this from happening. Shauna said, I ordered them last night. My grandson will learn with Dr. Seuss.
I mean, a lot of the real history has been canceled and will continue to be canceled as long as we don't put a stop to it, right?
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do with canceling and taking down all these statues and plaques and rocks. Rocks, yes, rocks. Because they offended somebody who doesn't even live here. Some activists came on a bus with a bunch of people protesting their freaking rock. And what did the mayor do? Yeah, okay, remove the rock. Come on, man, have some balls.
No shit, bro. That's all it took. Like, hey, man, you can go take it out of these other cities that have it. But
I would have went out there and said, you know what? Go pound sand. Get the hell out of my park. Get out of my city. Get the hell out of here. And I would have put a freaking police guard, 24-hour guard on that rock for a few days.
I mean, they already have that motorcycle cop sitting outside of a street for freaking 18 hours a day. They can put them right there, right next to the rock.
Yeah. Protect it. Yeah, you know what? It might have been the greatest part of our history, but you know what? It was history. It happened.
Why does it have to be forgotten? What's the purpose of it?
And the famous saying, those who those who forget about history are condemned to repeat it.
Yep.
And especially the kids growing up now who don't know what the hell happened, in real life. They don't know what happened with the Holocaust. They don't know what happened with September 11th. They're being told different things about what happened September 11th. And, they're not going to know. So stuff is going to go full circle and it will start to happen again. Those 6 books are in demand now. Amazon has listed for $500 each. Damn. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen too. And you know what? Good. I'm glad. At least, Snoopy says, at least do what Disney Plus did in the movie theater. In the movie Peter Pan and Dumbo from the 40s and 50s, black people were depicted as slaves. The scenes were not removed, but did put a notice saying that those scenes were left there so parents can explain to kids it was a different time. Yeah.
That's great.
It was a different time. everybody's like, "Oh, slavery sucks." But you know what? But back then, 100 years ago, slavery didn't suck. Or 200 years ago, slavery was like, "Oh man, I got to get me a freaking slave." You know that?
Yeah, because they have to learn that this was a real things that were really happening back then. So
Yeah,
if this ever happens again, remember the shit that used to happen.
it was a different time. That's exactly right. Just like now, everybody's got people who can't afford it have walking around with $1,000 cell phones. And people are going to be wondering, man, what the hell were they doing? Nobody could afford those, and they had it. Oh, it was a different time.
Yeah.
It's just, it was a different time. Things, it was
The
it,
idea
it,
of forgetting what happened and eventually deleting what happened, it opens up the door to it happening again. That's what that saying means,
yeah,
And
it's
if
like,
if we don't forget because we know, our kids don't forget because maybe they know a little bit, but by the next generation, it might be totally wiped out. And guess
it,
what? It could happen all over again. It
yeah,
doesn't even matter.
whose responsibility it is right now to tell your kids how history was like? The parents. Because the schools are going to dictate what the teachers can teach.
Yeah.
So you're going to be limited there. You as a parent have to tell your kids, this is how it was. This is what happened. And explain it all, the good and with the bad. Yeah, it's not the ideal thing. Of course, now, if you were going to start civilization right now and say, let's put, 1,000 people over there and build a city and stuff, we know slavery is it's not right. It's wrong. Duh.
We know.
But when
Right.
you're building a civilization from the ground up,
Like if you will go and throw out a bunch of kids into an island who have no clue about any of it, it can happen again.
yeah, it can.
And that's what I mean. If all this is canceled and deleted, it's gonna happen again one day.
You
And
guys who have, small kids, the parents, you people with the small kids, it's your job to tell your kids what happened at the beginning of life. You have to tell them how it was. You have to tell them that they were slaves. You can't just not talk about it, pretend it didn't happen, and fast forward all the way to 1960 or whatever. You can't do that. You have to say what happened. You have to show and tell them how people evolved, how the civilizations evolved, how as human beings we evolved, and somebody eventually said, you know what, it's not right to have slaves. They're people. They're people. They're not animals. They're people. And then there was a discussion. And then, yeah, you know what? You're right. There are people. And then Abraham Lincoln fucking freed the slaves. And they want to cancel him.
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It's your job as parents to teach your kids. It's going to be your job.
To say how,
Tell them how it
they
was.
came over here and slayed all the Indians on a Thanksgiving and took the country that was all of a sudden the country they discovered.
Yeah. And you know what? That is the
Real
reality.
facts. Real facts.
Not the great reality, but you know what? That's what happened.
The real reality, right?
Yeah. Get the books and buy books and read to them and let them see what really happened, and don't try to pretend it didn't happen. And for the Mexican culture, Mexicans were hung from trees also. Mexicans were used as slaves, and they were lynched just as much as the black people were.
Yeah, natives were by the Spaniards.
Yeah,
Scalped.
it's going to be parents, educators. You guys are parents too. It's going to be your jobs to tell your kids, what really happened. It tells the story.
Because if you really look at it, there's nothing new coming up that's telling these stories. There's nothing.
Nope. That's what you got to do, parents. You're going to have to. You don't do that. Somebody else is going to do it for you, and they're going to teach their own history.
The acceptable history.
Yeah, that rock, they removed it in the middle of the night so nobody could see. Although everybody saw because everybody was out there watching this thing. But they did it at night. It's have balls, man. Stand up for what is. Stand up for what is and what was. Sometimes it was not the greatest. History, certain times in history was not great. But it happened, and you know what? And people learn from that. People learn from that. You learn from mistakes. Things were bad, granted, but you know what? Things were good too. And it's your job learning to mature and growing up from a child to an adult is, learn from it and how to deal with that stuff when it comes up again. Otherwise, it's going to get people will never know we had slaves, and then somebody's going to go, "Hey, we should put that brown person to work, man. Make him carry all this crap over there." Next thing you know, you got slaves all over again.
Yep.
And that's how it should be done, Snoopy. Damn right. Yep. The dizziness is setting in. I need to get to bed. Good night. Good night, Shonda. Hope you feel better. Nadia, I haven't been feeling well these past days. I've been going to bed about 9 p.m. migraines. Oh, yuck. Migraines suck. Sorry to hear that. New medication. It's kicking my butt. Yeah, Shonda, I hope you feel better. Good night. Hope you feel better. Good night. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. They're wiping out our whole childhood. Yeah, they are. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Did they cancel Rudolph already? Charlie Brown? That's right. They did cancel one of the Charlie Brown specials, didn't they? Jim Henson with the Muppets, Dr. Seuss, Hasbro. Yeah, it's just... And, sad to say, we are letting it happen. Not enough people are standing up saying, F this. That's it. No more. And that's why you have to teach your kids history, the real history. This is what happened. This is the greatest country on the planet, and they're trying to. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what their agenda is. Bam says one people, one planet, and yeah, to a certain extent, that's kind of. I don't know. What is their agenda?
Well, if you think about the agenda, it's certainly not the same one when the country was built.
No.
It's certainly not the same agenda that was created when the slaves were freed. It certainly wasn't the same agenda when the country allowed immigrants to come in and get a degree and become a country, the melting pot of the world. So the agenda, these people, they don't care about the agenda. They care about their lifetime. They care about, well, I feel this way about it. It should be canceled. And now you have these big influencers on Instagram and Facebook and this and that. So they have a mass following. It's just crazy that somebody can come on. I mean, we should be using these things to strengthen our country, not just a lifetime. Because these people are thinking on the short level, just on their lifetime. I would like to see Whataburger not use beef from cows that are imported from India or whatever, because they're thinking about, this is what I want. And just because that person says that, a bunch of, yeah, I support this, right? Because they're thinking short at the level of my lifetime.
Yeah.
When this country wasn't built on one lifetime, it would have been doomed way back then. This country is supposed to be progressing forward, and it's not. And this is where we have to. I don't even know no more, bro. I don't vote, to be honest, for city leaders. I don't even know who's running. I don't know who has the best intentions. I don't know where to begin to change. But I would love.
Well, that's an easy one. That's where you have to talk to these people and listen to these people when they are talking. And if you can ask questions, ask. And and that's one problem. That's always been a problem in the past. Nobody knows who these people are. They were somewhat inaccessible. And then we only heard what they had to say whenever they happened to give a speech here or there, or a tagline that's on their little postcard that they hand out because they're running for a seat or an office or whatever. And that's why in this day and age of live shows, it's good to have politicians on, ask them what they're about. That's the only way to find out. And, got to get the people involved. You can't have this, yeah, we're just going to vote for the same guy. I don't know. He was there already. We voted for him last time. We're just going to keep doing the same thing because they don't know any different.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the sad part about it is, I've always said it, the chicken plate trap. People just vote for whoever throws the biggest chicken biggest chicken breast in their plate.
You get free food, and yeah, you're going to get a voter. That's a sad thing down here.
The people who keep getting voted in are people with money, but there's people with bigger ideas that have look, money in the right hands are going to do the right things, and money in the wrong hands is going to continuously to keep doing the wrong things out of a big habit that's been built. If you make money and you have the habit of spending, you're always going to be broke.
Yep.
Some people live on a, what is it called, like an income, a set income, and they
Yep.
still have more money than
Yep.
people who actually make a lot of money
Yep.
because their habits are different. So it's the same.
They're disciplined. They have a fixed income, so they know if they spend too much, they're going to be screwed until payday comes again, until that
Right.
check comes again.
Right. So money in the right hands does the right things. Money in the wrong hands does the wrong things. And unfortunately, the politicians who keep getting elected are the politicians who have the money backing them, which is the
Yep.
money from the vendors or their personal money that they're bringing in from, offshore banks, different things like that.
Yeah. Hilda, good night. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yes, it was a definitely a good show, a good discussion. And people, it's going to be time to vote again. City commissioner race is coming up. Got to vote. It's time to make a change. We keep saying this every election. It's time to make change. We need changes. But then you all keep voting for the same people. Then you complain. Now, you know what? Now it's time to put your money where your mouth is. And it's time to make a change. I'm hoping to have a few people lined up I can interview and bring on and get some answers for what you want to know about. Get to know the candidates, see where they stand on certain issues, and get educated. Try to get people involved. You have too many people that just sit around and are okay with leaving things just the way they were. You know what? That time is over. That way of thinking doesn't work anymore. And if that's what you like, well, then you can't complain ever at all about anything. But if you're young enough, not even if you're young enough, you just need to get more involved. You need to get more involved. You have to know who these people are. I mean, you seriously got to get involved. It's sad that, we're a city of over 185,000 people and only a couple thousand come out to vote. Like, what's that? Not even 50%? Like, what the hell? I say, what's wrong with that? I asked one time, well, how many votes are you expecting? Well, 800. This is for BISD. It's like 800. How many people are in the district? It's like, why only 800? It's like, what? And, it's not enough people are involved.
Yeah, it goes back to culture and kind of a history thing, where we're growing up and people are, oh man, don't even get involved in politics, mijo. Don't worry, don't get into that stuff, mijo. It doesn't matter. Your vote is not really gonna count. Yeah, because a lot of this, what I'm saying right now is actually being whispered to people as it's happening right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't get involved in it. Doesn't even matter. Don't worry about it, man. Just or go get that chicken plate and vote for this dude. Oh, chicken plate, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, they're giving free food, and they remember that.
And that is crazy. I mean, I guess
it's insane that somebody would get a vote because they gave chicken plates away, or a fajita plate, or tacos, or donuts, whatever.
It's a chicken plate trap, bro. You sell your voice and you sell everything for a chicken plate, for a one-time chicken plate.
Young people. Go ahead.
Again, people who are only thinking in the lifetime. They're not thinking the generation to come. They're not thinking about the kids, the grandkids, the neighbor's kids, the grandson of the dog. Nothing. They're just thinking the chicken plate. For the now.
Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to continue this.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, maybe. Melida, good night. Great show. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us for as long as you did, all you guys. This conversation is not over. Definitely to be continued. Once again, our BAM is not feeling well, so he took the night off. We'll see how he is tomorrow night. Abel came on for a little bit to kind of fill in a little bit. Very grateful. Good job. I appreciate you were on here, buddy.
Gracias.
Good discussion, definitely. What's up, Snoopy? Good night. All right. Yep. Good night. Time to wrap it up. Abel, we'll talk. Maybe you'll come back on tomorrow. We can continue some of this discussion. Everyone, I know Bam always says one people, one planet. I think that's what he says, right? One people, one planet. And please give my page a like, Manny Behind the Mic. Share our content. This was a great discussion. You might want to share this with your friends and family. And also our YouTube page. Please go to YouTube and give us a subscribe. I'm trying to get just to 100. A little closer. I'm a little closer. Need to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. And hey, Paul, what's up? You made it. Are you just getting out of work right now? Did you just wrap up your meeting over there in Mexico? You got to watch this one. We had a good discussion tonight, Paul. Sorry you missed it, but glad you. Are you in Mexico? Did you stay there? Are you staying there overnight? No, he works on the other side. He was going to stay overnight because they were having a meeting. And instead of coming back so late. Hope you're safe, buddy. All right, everyone, good night. We will be, let's see, tomorrow I got a travel day, but I should be available in the evening. I'll let you guys know what's happening during the daytime. Love you all. Thank you so much. Abel, thanks for hanging out. And we will talk. Oh, yep, he's at the Holiday Inn. Okay, cool. We will talk to y'all later. Any last words? Anything you want to say, Abel?
Anything?
Anything?
I want to extend my best hopes and wishes for Bam, and I hope he's back to normal very, very soon.
That's right. Good job, Bam. Feel better, brother. Maybe he'll be with us tomorrow. Maris, good night. Great show. Yes, excellent. Great conversation tonight. Awesome. Share this with your friends. Give our page a like, and have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.